new standards for digital literacy and computational thinking were created in 2017 to help better educate not only us as teachers, but students as well to create more digital literate human beings as the technology world advances so quickly. Education wants to keep up with it as much as possible. The new South Carolina computer science and digital literacy standards are standards that were created due to obviously the increase in demand of jobs in the computer field and just the increase of technology in general. It's advancing so quickly, and we find that students and teachers ourselves are having a hard time keeping up. South Carolina recognized this need for all of us to be educated, and so they created a new set of standards for detailed description of what each student in each grade level from K to 8 should be able to do with technology, having an online persona, and how to be a functioning citizen and having a positive relationship with the internet world. The new standards are going to greatly improve students' capabilities in the technology field. They will be educated in so many different computer skills and general computer knowledge. With the growing demands of technology, students in South Carolina will be given the best possible education that they can to gain access in these fields because they will have a higher understanding of technology and how it works. They're also going to learn different skills on how to communicate with one another, with their peers, and with us as teachers, and use that in a professional setting because they will understand how to properly use technology to their advantage so it won't hinder them in the future. They will also have a general knowledge of actual computer equipment, which will help them just in life when their computer breaks and they need to have a basis of understanding how to deal with that. That will also greatly benefit them. Not only are the standards going to improve student success, it's really going to change the way the state and society works, especially in education. We know that there are so many different tools for education and different things that are always coming about, and it's hard to stay up with the learning curve, but that's what these new standards are trying to do, is trying to stay ahead of the game so that teachers, students, educators, everyone is up to speed with it, and that is going to help better improve our society because everyone will be up to par and working together. It's also going to improve the way technology works and how society uses it. When we have a better understanding, we can use it to its full potential and use it to become kinder citizens, create a better workplace, a better environment, and just a better society altogether.
Digital literacy is something that, as educators, we should all be touching on and teaching in our classrooms, even in our general education classrooms. But for those of you who might not have a great idea about little digital literacy, or even maybe have never heard of it, what exactly is it? So, what is digital literacy? Digital literacy is the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet. So, just like being able to read a book, solve math problems, or whatever it may be, we need to help our children or our students become comfortable using these technologies. Activities like writing papers, creating multimedia presentations, and posting information about yourself or others online, hopefully safely, are all a part of your day-to-day lives. All of these activities require varying degrees of digital literacy. Our students should come out of our classes being able to work efficiently with different technology programs, also responsibly, keyword responsibly, post things online. Think about how throughout our day-to-day lives we use technology almost in every possible way. Technology is more effective when we use it together. So try to use technology in your classroom with your students together. But in this first picture, you're going to see an adult and a child engaging in exercise that is guided by technology. In the next picture, you see people communicating through something maybe like Skype or like FaceTime, which I know that I do that a lot. I tend to make phone calls with a video instead of just a regular voice phone call. I know that you all know this, learning in the classroom with technological programs, whether it is a textbook that's online or a program on an iPad or laptop or just a video, whatever it may be, and also just having fun creating things, whether it be music or dance or whatever it may be with technology. Digital literacy in schooling. So, educational online resources focus on infusing library and information skills with instructional technology, which helps students obtain digital literacy. So, what are the benefits of being digitally literate? Digital literacy training will help you and your students learn the essential skills to be more productive at home and at work, stay safe online, use technology to complement your lifestyle or your students' lifestyle, and consider careers where you can put your skills to work. So, as educators, we need to foresee that someday our students will be taking jobs that are every day currently becoming more and more digitally driven. It's still going to be our jobs to prepare them for the future. And if you think about it, students who are digitally literate are going to know how to properly and easily gain knowledge and just be active with digital sources. Talking more about careers, for one in particular, the medical field, if you think about how much has been done and how much progress has been made because of the use of technology in the medical field, compare that with the rest of career options for our future students. Why is digital literacy important? It's an important topic because technology is changing faster than our society is, and students need to grow up feeling confident that they'll be able to handle technology and be able to control it themselves, as they are going to be using technology throughout most of their lives. They are the next generation that will be a part of the workforce that is becoming more and more technologically based. So it is our job to prepare our students for the future.
Digital literacy often overlaps with standards for teachers and students. Here are some ISTE standards for teachers that include digital literacy. Similarly, here are some IST standards for students that overlap with digital literacy. The South Carolina Computer Science and Digital Literacy Process Standards should be integrated into every grade level within the South Carolina Computer Science and Digital Literacy Content Standards. Because the process standards drive the pedagogical component of teaching and serve as the means by which students should demonstrate understanding of the content standards, the process standards must be incorporated as an integral part of overall student expectations when assessing content understanding. Here are some third grade classroom standards for digital literacy. Standard 1. Use software applications to create an authentic product. The students will create documents using a word processing program, edit and format a document using a word processing program to check spelling, change fonts, and change margins. Format a presentation using presentation software to insert an image, video, change background colors, and change text color. Understand that bullets are a way to organize a list. We can implement these standards and meet standard 3.1.1 and 3.1.2. Educators can lead students in assignments such as a short essay on Google Docs and share with their peers to edit and check for proper grammar, spelling, etc. In a fifth grade classroom, standards in digital literacy include demonstrating effective keyboard skills on a computing device, and demonstrating an awareness of fundamentals of digital citizenship. The students will demonstrate proper keyboarding technique when keying letters, numbers, and symbols at a rate of 15 words per minute, use software capabilities to correct errors, demonstrate proper use of software capabilities to name, save, and retrieve information, demonstrate an understanding of digital security, demonstrate an understanding of digital rights and responsibilities. This can be implemented in the classroom and meet standard 5.4.1 by having students do an activity to demonstrate keyboard techniques on a website such as UltraKey, and there are many more websites that teachers can access for free. To meet standard 5.2.1, an educator might have students do an interactive, quick activity of password protection to have kids type their passwords and see how easy or difficult it is to crack.
Hey, I'm Bryce Compton, and today I'm going to talk about computational thinking. What is it, and why is it important? Computational thinking is the process of solving a problem and finding a solution that can be read by a computer or a human. This usually involves using multiple steps in certain orders. Why is it important? Computational thinking is a way of learning that allows students the opportunity to approach new topics easier and more efficiently. This is the learning of the future. What is computational thinking in real life? In the classroom. This chart gives us several different computational thinking concepts and tells us how we can apply them to a certain subject area. For literature, we're going to break a problem into parts or steps. We're going to break down the analysis of a poem into the different parts of it. For economics, we're going to recognize and find patterns or trends. We're going to find cycle patterns in the rise and drop of the country's economy. For culinary arts, we're going to develop instructions to solve a problem or steps for a task. For this, we're simply just going to write a recipe for others to use. For mathematics and chemistry, we're going to generalize patterns and trends into rules, principles, or insights. We're going to find out the rules for a certain math problem or determine the rules for certain chemical concepts. Here are some more concepts that we would use outside the classroom in everyday life. Putting things in your child's knapsack for the day. You need to pre-fetch the stuff and then put it in an order that it'll fit in the lunchbox in a nice and clean way. Cooking a meal. You're going to use parallel processing. You don't want to cook the meat so far ahead that it's cold by the time you finish the rest of the stuff. Cleaning out the garage. For this, you're going to want to decide what you need to keep and what you need to throw out when you don't have any space left. ISTE standards in computational thinking. The standards for teachers state that a teacher should design lessons with digital age learning experiences and assessments. This would require working with some form of technology. The teacher would then require the student to use computational thinking so the language can be transferred between the student and the computer. The IST standards for students say that to develop critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making skills are crucial. This ties directly in with using computational thinking. To solve problems using this way of thinking, as in computational thinking, would help to not only develop these skills that the standards are saying to develop, but help develop them in a way that also increases digital literacy. The South Carolina Computer Science and Digital Literacy Standards. My first grade is third grade. A lot of third grade standards focus on how to fix simple computer problems. This would be easy to apply computational thinking. The standard that I chose to focus on is Standard 3. Apply troubleshooting strategies for identifying simple hardware and software problems that may occur during use. So this is just a simple process of everyday problems one might encounter with their computer. Lastly, how I would teach this standard is I would pre-prepare a couple devices with some problems that are easy fixes. I would then ask them, the students, to solve them using computational thinking. I would also ask them to find at least 3 different ways they can solve the problem. 5th grade. Computational thinking is being addressed in the 5th grade standards when it says to use software capabilities to correct errors. This is just the next bullet is just a certain software standard that I found. To meet this standard, I would focus on problems with computer software that is commonly used. I would use such as Google Chrome or Microsoft applications such as PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, and I would present the students with the common errors in the technology and ask them to use computational thinking to solve these software problems.